Hey guys, Wolfie here with a rework analysis video for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Untitled Global for the 26th of September 2020. And this time around, this is the Maria rework analysis video. You guys know the drill. There are going to be pros and cons that I will explain in the video, along with the reason why. I will also be going over the EX post-realization for Maria, because with her rework also comes with her EX weapon finally being realized. I will also have some spoilers here, so stay tuned for that. And those spoilers are going to be for global only. And with this, and speaking of the spoilers, she does have an 80/80 awakening on JP, but she does not have her LD. She also does not have her second rework. So with that, I'll have the usual predictions and possible directions for that later on in the video. So with that out of the way, I will have my usual information, including the usual disclaimer of any opinion in this video is my opinion only. I will also be referring to information from both the Cydia database website and the TonberryTroupe, information related to both of them in the description below. So, with that now all out of the way, let's get on with the show, and I will meet you all at the banner information for Maria's EX weapon post-realization. So, I will be back. Here we are. This is the EX info for Maria. The name of the weapon is called Dark Bow. The ability is called Explosive Bow. So here is the pre-realization recap. Very quick. Just pause the video, take a screenshot. And now we're going to go into the post-realization info for Explosive Bow. So 0 out of 3. This is where the Explode debuff, which is an in-frame buff, this is onto every target on the screen, which is really good. The brave attack hit count now becomes 6. You have the overflow limit here at this point goes up to 150%, which is really good for 0 out of 3. 1 out of 3 is a moderate raise to both her max bravery and attack. 2 out of 3, she gets the following buffs to herself for 8 turns. Max Brave up 1, Brave Region, and Anti-Imperial Force to self. The party gets the attack up 1 buff for 8 turns. Now this also has another recast speed raise to Explosive Bow, so it goes from slow to normal. Now with 3 out of 3 post-realization, the 6-hit ranged Brave Attack and HP attack, this is delivered twice. And it is AoE splash, so it's each HP attack is basically the non-targets get half of what the intended target gets. The explode debuff buff is more potent instead of the effect. Next turn after use does not consume ability use count. Some abilities excluded. When Anti-Imperial Force is active, the Brave Attack and HP Attack gets their ++ variants. And I will, I forgot something here with the 0 out of 3. Is that if you have the Anti-Imperial Force, you get the plus variant at 0 out of 3 post-realization. 3 out of 3 is the ++ variant. Now she gets a C-sphere here called HP Attack, HP Heal, Initial Attack all shorter. After recovering HP, raises party's initial brave and attack by 5% for 3 turns, which is good. And this is one of those spheres where it's actually good on more than one unit who can equip the C-sphere. So with that bit out of the way, we're going to jump into her rework information. So with that bit out of the way, I will remind everybody, like I said, she does have an 80/80 awakening on JP. She does not have her second rework or her LD, so the later bit of the video will be the second rework direction possibilities as well as the LD. Now, with this, her first rework here is just for the level 55, 60, the level 55 and 60 passives, respectively, which is the skill 1, skill 2 extensions. So for proper shot, this is AoE splash, meaning that the intended target gets everything, non-targets get half. And with proper shot, you don't have to worry about the bravery conditions, all that good stuff. Now with the skill 2 here, this is the information you see. And again, this is really good, on an overall level. So the biggest pro for Maria is that she's given the Rosa treatment, meaning that you pop off the EX, and that skill is for free. And this can help with skill 2 and the AA because she's got at least 9 ways to heal the party instead of the HP. She has the ways to do it. She has more ways to do it, again, the whole thing, you pop off the EX, get the next skills for free. So she gets the Rosa treatment in that regard. With that being said, she is a bit of a cryo in the sense of an expensive unit to invest in because she needs to have her EX at 3 out of 3 post-realization, fully leveled up too. Now, another pro is the sphere she is given. It's not only good for herself, but it's also good for other units as well, notably Dark Knight Cecil and any other unit that could equip that C-sphere. Even Lena could benefit from this as well. So it's one of those where the weapon itself is not the world's best, but it comes with a badass sphere. Maria's sphere is a badass sphere. Now, she's excellent as a support, but they could have made her buffs more potent. And this is where it worries. This sort of thing does worry me. So with that, and another thing here is that even with the Rosa treatment she's getting with her EX weapon, 16 total uses of her skills may not be enough, and longevity will hurt her in the long run. So now, with all of that now out of the way, where could they go with the secondary rework and the LD ability? Now, regarding the secondary rework, she can really benefit some stuff from her skill 2. And by skill 2, they can have that same thing with her EX weapon where the HP damage is delivered twice. Meaning that she does that little, the really cute flip. That's the first HP damage dealt. And then when she pulls back that bowstring and after she lands, there goes the second one. They could really do something with that. And they could also go into the potencies in sense of making those better. Now, what they did an excellent job here with Maria is that she is a real brave battery. I particularly love that. Because it's party's getting brave no matter what Maria does. And what they did with Explode, in the sense of having it on everybody at 0 out of 3 post-realization, this really helps Maria's case in sense of making sure people get brave batteried, I should say. Now, another thing here for a potential direction for the rework, I hate to say it, is in her EX. Now, the reason why I feel her EX could use a bit of a rework is, again, it's just I really can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but I do hope they make it maybe one of the HP attacks AoE split. Now, regarding other aspects for Maria is that they could give her more uses to help her with the longevity, or alternatively the LD. Now, I do feel she may have some form of apparel, and more specifically the wind element. So I'm hoping they do something that give her some form of maybe of an apparel to help support, or alternatively make the LD tie into skill 2, meaning that you pop off the LD and you recover a use of skill 2. So there's a lot of flexibility what they could do with Maria in the sense of the secondary rework. I do hope the LD continues on the AoE path, because skill 1 post rework AoE splash, skill 2 AoE split. Her EX is AoE splash, delivered twice when you have it in the right conditions. Her LD, I do hope it's going to be either AoE split or a AoE total, meaning that she becomes more of a AoE person, even though her skill 1 is of the wind element. I particularly enjoy that she does not give the enchant to everybody else in that particular element, because it's like, hey, gives her a little bit more flexibility in that regard. Now, what I particularly enjoy about Maria, and this is going to be going into the recap, is that because she does not have the means to enchant the wind element to everybody, and it's just for herself, it's like, hey, she's meant to be more of a support for at the moment for Global. Now, I do wish they made her buffs more potent, and quite honestly, even with their EX weapon, she still has some longevity issues. And I do hope the second rework and or LD fixes that in a hurry. Now, with that, some announcements before I sign off. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a rework review that's going to be on the 30th. I will have information for Renoa, and Renoa will be part of the rework review, as is Bosch, but Noctis and Leon will not. And the reason why Noctis and Leon will not be included in the rework review video is because their reworks are their second, and it makes things a little unfair in my personal opinion. So with that out of the way, I am going to get going because I'm not far from my job. So with Wolfie here signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side.